Hello, you lovely lot. How are we doing? Oh, my word, chat. I've just had a very stressful start today. I'll explain it in a moment. I'm just writing out the tweet to say that we're live. Chat, how are we? If you're wondering, Jack, why are you late live today? I'll be honest, I didn't get out of bed until 10:30, and then I just got distracted. I got distracted, and suddenly I was making a mayo sandwich at 10 to midday, and it was apparent I wasn't going to be live at midday. I wish there was a better excuse than that, but there just isn't. Right, let me do the tweet. Chat, how are we doing, though? Are you guys good? Obviously, I think people are off work today, aren't they? People off work today? Good Friday? Great Friday if you're not working, I guess. I finished my sparkling water. That's how you know I've been stressed. Also, I didn't put enough hairspray in my hair today. It'll be fine. Oh, my chat, there's too much shit on my desk. Let's move that out of the way. Ah! Don't worry, chat. I did get to sleep at home today. Also, this corner is just becoming the shit corner, isn't it? I realise. It's just a corner where we put stuff. Chat, I had a very stressful start to today. In the last 10 minutes, it's got stressful. Because in MFL, they've just added a load of new cities and locations ahead of the new season. And I was looking for licenses in Hong Kong and Singapore. And there was one I really wanted in Hong Kong, which was Kowloon. Because it's the only Kowloon license. And someone pulled it when I was about to go live, like 2 minutes ago. And someone tagged me on the Discord server saying, hey, someone just got Kowloon, you should message them. So I just had to negotiate with someone and pay them for a club while the intro music was playing. There is no rest for the MFL Massive. Oh, stressful start today. I got the club, though. You know what? That's the most important thing. I actually got the team that I wanted, which I was a bit relieved about. The United game, I'll be honest, chat, I did not start watching the United game until about the 80th minute. I don't know if that was the best time to tune in or if I should have been watching it from the beginning, but I don't often make time in my schedule for the Europa League. But I think I caught the good bits, you know? I think I caught the good bits. Oh, I need water, chat. Also, yeah, I'm just chilling. Good Friday, more like good riddance Friday. Like, good as gone, chat. Good as gone. You've killed him already. You've got rid of him. You've proven your point, chat. That was a very stressful start. Chat, you have no idea the stress involved there on someone pulling the city that I wanted in MFL and then me having to message them and try and get a deal negotiated and stuff. Are the kits in game? They are. I don't know if I refreshed that. No, okay, they are showing up. Did I refresh the cache? I put them in last night. I think they're all in, Whitey. I think they're all in. We'll find out together. I've just seen the third kit. I've just seen the third kit. Oh, it's dirty, chat. It's dirty. Am I Ruben Amorim in disguise? I'm not. I can confirm, not Ruben Amorim. Oh. That was very stressful, getting that license. That should not have been that stressful. Did I update the faces? I didn't. Quick question. I'm trying to make a concept from an MFL team like Tokyo 2. Wonder how you did it. In terms of the graphic design stuff, it's all done with a bit of Photoshop, well, mostly Photoshop, and a tiny bit of ChatGPT for spitballing illustration ideas. I had a few people message me about the MFL stuff, because for people who don't know, MFL is like the online football management game I've been playing where you get to brand your own teams. I really like the team branding bit of the game. Like, it's probably my favourite bit. In fact, I can probably chat. Do you want to see the branding that I did? Because I'm very proud of this. Oh, Windows is making angry noises. Where is it? I'll show you. This is like, I'm well happy with how this came out. I did this whole branding ident thing for the team that I got. And I've had so many people message me about it. And I feel like people are like, how did you do it? And it's like, well, I used to work in design. Like, it's my degree is literally in digital design. Like, there's not really a trick to it, which is a bit unfortunate, really. Icy Fisher. Is that meant to be I want to call you Easton Fisher. I wanted to call you the Feisty Fisher. Are you feisty? I have no idea. Mate, thank you for coming to tier 1. And also, King Jesse, dude, thank you for the tier 1 as well. Oh, I appreciate you. So, chat, this is what I came up with for this team. I took it very seriously. I'm a tryhard. What can I say? This is for a fictional football team in an online video game that I designed all this stuff. For those of you that watch my Tokyo 23 save game, you might be able to spot some of the inspiration. I think it's quite cool. I feel like with MFL, because the teams aren't like grounded in reality, it's quite fun to go a bit out there with like the branding and the style, and kind of a bit like American sports with it. I feel like a bit bolder. But it's just very fun doing all this branding stuff. And like, here's my plans for future expansion. So I've just got the team in Hong Kong that I wanted. So the next thing is to try and get a team in Singapore, and then I'm done. That will be my network of clubs. But I'm pretty happy with how it all came out. Like, it was just an idea, really, initially. You know, a bit of Tokyo 23 in there, because they are my Japanese non-league team. I just love doing design. I'll be honest, chat. There's another life where I just stuck doing design stuff, I think. But that is not the life I live. Instead, I scream over dots on a screen for a living. How long did that take me? Honestly, like 3 or 4 hours probably from start to finish. Would I ever consider uploading MFL content to YouTube? I'm thinking about making a second channel where I can just kind of put up some non-professionally edited, kind of chilled out MFL chatty videos. The new season starts. In fact, chat, I have got a little treat to start the stream today, which is I've just bought the new MFL pack to get a club, and we can do a club opening on stream. Should we see who I get? I kind of want to know who I might get. I mean, I did buy the pack originally because I wanted the Kowloon license, and then I got the Kowloon license, which is a bit anticlimactic from that point of view. But here's my MFL club. It's received an upgrade recently, courtesy of Disney, and everyone who's been doing the Disney promo stuff. So if you're one of those people, thank you very much. MD Games, dude, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate you, mate. But yeah, I just got this, chat. I picked this up for $120 pre-stream. I really wanted a team in Hong Kong, and a lot of the teams are just labelled as Hong Kong, because Hong Kong in itself is a city, but Kowloon is like a northern district in Hong Kong. I think there was once a map, wasn't there, based on Kowloon, because Kowloon used to be a big slums, but now it's like very built up and fancy. But someone pulled this club, and I really wanted it. So I'm grateful that they got it. Should we relive their animation? Is the animation gonna play? Are you sure? I would like to watch chat. I just want to replay the reveal, please. Is it going to work this time? I don't know if the music's copyrighted. So this is a pack which someone else bought, and I bought the club off them. I've got my own pack to open. Also, is it too loud? Okay, I'm done. What is MFL? MFL is a Web3 online football management game with where you manage a club up a pyramid of over, I think there's 3,000 clubs at this point. All the players and clubs have a real world value. You can exchange them with other people, trade them on Floaty, or buy and sell them on the marketplace. Or you can just found a club and bring in loads of rentals and loan players off people. That's the TLDR. So I just picked up this team this year, which play in the Bronze Division. Shout out to Disastrous, by the way, who sold me this team for a really fair price. They finished 7th. So for Season 5, my aim is to try and get them up. But I've got to rebuild the team from the kind of ground up. But yeah, it's an online football management game. All of these players have a real world value. Like, you can buy and sell them with other players. You could try and buy young players and develop them. It's a very fun game. I'm not going to pretend it's like an affordable game to get into. Like, there is no free-to-play side to the game. But it's a case of once you buy a club, buy players, they hold a value, and you can buy and sell them on a really, really active marketplace here. Players go for as little as $4 to as much as I think there's players that sell for thousands of dollars. I don't have the budget for that, chat. I think most of us don't, but I'm quite content being like a Grimsby town in the football pyramid. But yeah, you have clubs and players that get sold for real world money. If you wanted to play like free to play, for example, with this Tokyo team, whilst I have some of my own players, I'm going to contract to the club. I need to loan players in. Why is it not going to the... Are we okay? I'll do it for this. Is the site okay, chat? Have I got a skill issue? So a gacha game without the geological physics? Not really, because the difference is between this and a gacha game is that the players all hold a tangible value. Like, it's not like you put your money in and it's gone forever. But they should add jiggle physics in. I don't know why it's not working. Why can I not view Tokyo? Should we just go to the Chiba Shibas? Is that going to work, chat? Why is it not working? I've literally never had this problem before in my life. Every other screen works. Is this... What if the website's gone down for maintenance? That would be a first. Come on, I want to show the Shibas. It's actually just not working. Where's the link for it? If you put in !FM, MFL, it should come up. In fact, if you give me a sec, let me see if I can fix this issue. I think I need to refresh my browser. I think I've broken Chrome with that. I think it was the pack opening animation, chat, has broken things. As players get older, do they decrease in value? So players do decrease in value, but the value is determined by the market, and players don't regress. Like, a player will never get worse, and you get informed 3 seasons ahead of time for the fact they're going to retire. So you kind of know what you're getting into when you buy and sell players. Like I said, players will never get worse, and you're given 3 seasons notice. A season lasts 6 weeks, and you can't... If you buy a player, you'll know that they're about to... That they're about to, regress or retire. Like, it's not like that stuff hidden. But yeah, you can withdraw money from the game. I think there is like a fee. I think it's like a $20 fee, but you can basically cash out at any time. This isn't a game where you can just sign a load of young players, develop them, and then make money off them. Like, it doesn't really work like that. Like, players aren't guaranteed to develop. There's like a really detailed white paper on the game. But anyway, this is my team Chiba Shibas, which I've actually already got players contracted for next year from my agency. So all these players here are my own players. But if you didn't own players and just owned a club, what you can do is you can go to the scouting screen here and you can rent players off other teams for the season and offer them a percentage of your rev share. So based on cup games and league games, you earn an in-game currency called MFL, which has no real-world value in itself and it can't be bought. It can only be earned. But basically, you can loan out players or loan in players and say, hey... I want to loan your centre-back. I'll give you 4% of whatever my prize money is at the end of the coming season in return for his services. So, for example, here, these are all players that are listed right now that you could potentially sign up. There'll be more available nearer the end of the year. But, like, this guy's available for 2.5% rev share on a Spark Club. So if I wanted to loan him for Chiba Shibas, I could make an offer. I'm telling the guy, hey, I'll give you 2.5% of my rev share, whatever prize money I get at the end of the next season. And you make offers. And if I wanted to, I could go to this Blanc guy. I can look at his history. I can look at how he's developed, like how he's performed. I can look at the owner here, who's this guy called Glork. People connect their X accounts and Discord accounts to their profiles. And a lot of the kind of negotiations and stuff go on Discord or Twitter, which I really like. There's like a social game element to it. And you can sell your players and your clubs at any time. So, for example, I mentioned this, I literally just bought this license off someone. Today, a load of new locations got added into the game ahead of the season that starts next week. And I wanted to get a club based in Hong Kong. And someone pulled this club from a club pack for, I think they paid $80 for it. It's the only Kowloon City-based club in the game, so I offered them $120. And they accepted that, so they made $40 profit off what they paid for their pack. And I get the location that I want, which is the only one of its type in the game. Is this a paid ad? I have that affiliate link, but they're not paying me any money directly to talk about it in this stream. And the new season starts... So the rollover day starts next Monday. That's when the leagues all get updated. Players go back to their owned club or their agents. And then there's a transfer window ahead of the first game of the season starting a week on Wednesday. Are the gains taxable? I think there's a 5% marketplace. Is it 5% marketplace tax? I want to say it's 5%. But, like, you own your own players, like, if you buy your players with money, but you could just rent in loads of players, but you also have this incentive to rent out your players. So, for example, players like Okamoto here isn't really going to be good enough for one of my own teams this year, so I'm probably going to loan him out again. This year, just gone, he made 13 appearances and got 6 goals. He got a goal in Macnu's win here. And the way the game works, you can watch all the games as they happen. You set up your tactics ahead of the game, or you can catch up on it later. So I can find my guy's goal here. When did he score? Did they come back from 3-1 down? They did, oh my word. And he got the first goal in the comeback. Was it a good goal for Okamoto, my little striker? Oh, I'm curious now. This stream is sponsored by the Kowloon Tourist Bureau. True. So that was Okamoto's goal there. They came back from behind in that game from 3-1 down in the second half. That's mad. But yeah, I enjoy this game. I'm looking forward to the new season. Like, the way the game works, you set up your tactics ahead of upcoming games. At the moment, the season just ended. But the tactic system is pretty similar to Football Manager. There's no player roles, but in terms of you pick your squad, you've got your team instructions here, which are always being built upon. And you can, like, save different tactical presets and then schedule your tactics and lineups for upcoming games. So if you can't get on every day, you can just do that. I mean, will HMRC come for you for the gains you've made from selling clubs? I mean, it is a business expense technically, but yeah. I'm sure if I made significant profits... I'll be just to be clear, chat, this is not a game that you can just play and expect to make money off. I think that's kind of obvious with any game like this. It's basically So Rare meets Football Manager meets Ultimate Team is probably a way of thinking about it. Right, chat, shall we open my pack that I bought? Now, I'll be honest, originally I bought this pack thinking I want a club in Hong Kong, Singapore, or China, because they're 3 newly added nations. And for my agency, I've kind of trying to spread my roots across Asia. So I've got a team in Suwon, Chiba, which is just outside of Tokyo, and then Kowloon. So in this pack, I'll be honest, we really, really, really want to see, a Singaporean club would be good. A Chinese club, if it's like, I don't know, Shenzhen or Shanghai or Beijing would be good. What am I going to get, chat? I'm never going to get what I want. There's so many different nations in the game available. And, like, I've got sound on. Don't you worry, game. So, have they updated it? Because I'm trying to remember what other nations got added. There's 28 new nations added to the club packs. Yeah, they've added a load of new nations to the games. Like, I mentioned Hong Kong's just been added. Loads of these nations down here are new as well. Indonesia, Monaco. Imagine if you get a Monaco license. If I get a Hong Kong license now, I'll be fuming. I can't get Kowloon. The good news is I can't get a duplicate Kowloon because there's only one Kowloon in the game right now. Srini, dude, thank you for the tier 1. I appreciate you, mate. Can you play MFL without spending money? So you'll have to buy a club initially. They've got a promo on at the moment where if you buy a club pack for $80, you get a free 2-player pack. But once you've spent that initial outlay, you can then just rent players in that other people own, like on loan. And the nice thing is that if you get a license in a place you don't like or you decide you don't enjoy the game anymore, you can sell out your club. At the moment, because a load of new places just dropped, loads of people are opening the new packs with the 28 new countries. So the packs cost like $80. At the moment, you'll see that a lot are selling for like in the range of 60 to 70. About a week ago, you'd always make a profit. That's not the case anymore. It'll probably stabilize out once people have finished buying these new packs. But it's kind of one of those things where, you know, the demand and supply dictates the market. Also, I got a free promo starter pack. I've just remembered. We should claim that. That's for buying the bundle. That's the free player pack I get. Is this mainly pay to win? If you want to be the best team in the world, you're going to have to pay a load of money, but you can just earn the free currency and just rent in players. It's as pay to win as real football is. There's lots of reasons to disincentivize just buying a load of players and stacking a lowest division team. Because if you do that, the players don't develop because they're playing against significantly weaker oppositions. And if you were going to do that, you might as well just buy a team higher up the pyramid where the rewards are bigger for winning in the higher division. So it doesn't really make sense just to buy the most overpowered team in the lower division because you'd be better off just buying a team higher up the pyramid. I'd say $100 is the starting minimum, but remember, everything that you own has a value because it's a Web3 game and it's all on-chain, so you can always sell it. Like, for example, if I wanted to, chat, not that I want to, but this Kowloon license that I've just sold, I could look to sell myself. Like, that is something that you can do with... you can sell your club at any moment. I'm not selling the Chiba Shibas, but if I wanted to, I could list this team. There's like a 5% tax. So if you play the game a little bit and decide it's not for you, or you end up with too many clubs or too many players, like there's always this route to get like your money out the game still. Right, let's open this pack and see what we do. Chat, do we open the starter pack first? The starter pack is likely to be awful. What are the odds on the starter pack? Consult the starter pack here. So if we got a blue or a purple, we've hit a 1% chance. The reality is we're probably going to get two common players, and that's fine. But if we get a limited or uncommon, we could be cooking. What's the price of my Tokyo team? I think it was $200 for the Tokyo team, which is in the 5th tier. I bought it off another player. They bought it for less than that a long time ago. But I wanted a team in the 5th division because the reward's worth more. This is what I was saying about if you're going to just spend money in the game rather than pay to win in the lowest division, you're better off finding the league that kind of suits your price point. When are we going to play FM? Like 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Chat, we need to open the starter pack first. Right. Also, if I'm not mistaken, the music on this is copyrighted. Yes, I want to open... I can confirm I want to open my starter pack. You got a limited and uncommon in a starter pack yesterday. That is very... That's like, this is copyright. Mute the music. This is FM26, chat. Also, I've got 2 messages on Discord, and part of me's like, I wonder if it's someone messaging me because they've pulled a Singapore license, and I've said I've wanted one. Okay, chat. When I mouse over these, if it's not white, we've already won. We've already hit a 20% chance. White. It's not good. Oh! Okay, that's limited. That's only 1 tier up. But that was like a 14 or 15% chance. We'll start with the bad player first. I say bad. He could be good. Gonzalo Pena. Chilean. We love a Chilean. CDM. What's his rating? 40. He's really bad. I'll probably sell him for like $3. Unless he's young. If he's under the age of 19, it's good. Oh, it's like the game knew how to make me feel as mid as possible. He's actually okay. He's probably better as a centre mid and not a defensive mid because his defending is not very good. I bet his rating at centre mid is a bit higher than 40. We'll open the other one, chat. Let's see what we get here. Okay, it's a limited player. Lewis Cole. Right wing, limited. That could be good. We're looking for... I was going to say we're looking for in the 60s. So limited is like this goldy colour. That is a tier that's between 55 and 64. So we got a low-end player, and he's 22. He's mid, chat. But he can play right mid. He's probably useful for one of my teams, to be fair. Okay, chat, this is the big one. We could get a club anywhere in the world. I would love a Singaporean or Chinese club. If it's a Chinese club, I want it to be from a bigger nation. If it's an American club, it's likely a club that I can sell to an American player who will want their local team. Let's see what we get. I've got sound on. In fact, is the sound on? I think it's on. Yes, I want to open this pack. I confirm. If we get a Greek, I think Greece has just been added. Lots of new nations have been added today. So there's a high chance of getting somewhere new. Let's see what we get, chat. Is sound on? Oh, this might be copyright. I'll rage quit the anim... Tony Paddy! Who? I need to go on the Discord and find out who requested Tony Paddy. That's getting sold. That's not a real place. Whoever requested that, I'm selling you it for a premium. There's no way they've chosen to add that place in. Someone from Tony Paddy has asked for that to be added. What is a Tony Pandy? Right, well, chat, that will be listed on the market. Hopefully I can find the person who requested that city and they'll pay me $80 for it so I get my money back. I'm fuming. One sec, chat. Should I go and find I'm going to go on the MFL Discord server and see if someone asked for it. There's no way that's a randomly added place. It's got a population of 3,000 people. Someone has doxed themselves here, haven't they, really? Tony Paddy. Tony Paddy. I don't care if it's Tony Pandy. It's Tony Paddy now because I'm having a paddy fit about it. Right, I'm Googling. I'm searching the entire Discord server to see who asked for Tony Pandy because I'm selling it to them. Oh, there's another Tony Paddy club that exists, chat. It's not even unique. It was sold in January for $68. Oh, I'm cucked. Right, I'm going to have to list it now, aren't I? I'm listing it for $80 and hoping I get my money back. In fact, you know what? We'll put 85 in. Because then with tax, I've made 75-cent profit. No one is buying Tony Pandy, are they? I've been cucked there, chat. I spent $80 on Tony Pandy. I'm probably not getting my money back for that one, I'll be honest. If I'd got Cardiff or Swansea, probably getting $100. To be fair, we did get the 2 players. You know what? If I sold the club for $75 with the 2 players, I'd probably break even. Right, chat. I'm going to go on holiday to Tony Pandy now, I've decided. With that, let's play Football Manager. Let's play Football Manager. Chat, if you want to check out the game, it is called MFL. There's a lot more to it than ranting about Tony Pandy. There is my affiliate link. If you use that, it is really greatly appreciated because it does help support me. They don't pay me directly for streaming the game, but if you choose to play the game, that's where I get a kickback. And I got Tony Pandy. The new season starts in a week. I'll give you some more updates on stream about how I get on selling Tony Pandy. Tony Pandy has 10% of the population of Gibraltar. I want to Google Tony Pandy now. Does Tony Pandy even have a team in Football Manager? It's not even a real place. It's not even, if it's not in Football Manager, not a real place. I'm going to do a Work the Space meetup in Tony Pandy, I've decided. Oh dear. Chat, I've been cucked. Hopefully, if someone wants to buy that off me who's watching the stream, please do. You know, if you're a Tony Pandy native and you're thinking, I can make Tony Pandy great again, go make them great again and get me 25 cents profit. I'm fuming. Do I have a referral for the Disney pins? I do, Mac Masper. It's linked in the on my Discord server in the MFL channel. I can find the link for you right here and now. Yeah, if you are already signed up for MFL or you're thinking about playing it, Dapper, who's the marketplace that all the players are sold and bought through, they've actually got a promo running with Disney at the moment where you get Dapper credit back if you buy some Disney digital pins. There's a link that I'll put in the chat for it. This gets you spend $7 on pins, you get $25 in credit. The credit can't be cashed out, but if you just want to spend some money in MFL on players and stuff, or you were going to for the new season anyway, it's basically a way of turning $7 into $25. So the link's there. Loads of you guys have done it already, and if you do use it, I get a $25 kickback as well. So Disney is you guys and Disney are basically funding my transfer window at Tokyo. I'm so upset about Tony Pandy. I'm so upset. Chat, I'm rattled by that. I thought UK, Wales, and then it was cycling through the locations. It was going Swansea, Wrexham, Cardiff, Swansea, Wrexham, Cardiff. Then Tony Pandy shows up. I'm fuming. I'm absolutely fuming. Okay, let's play Football Manager now. Thoughts on the new kits, by the way? Thoughts on the new kits? Due after a few weeks, is the Around the World Save Game scrapped? Should be starting next week. It's starting next week. Could buy a real-life football club in Tony Pandy for $85. True. True, but they probably also make me more of a loss. Yo, Jack, thoughts on New York Rangers being a disaster team? I mean, it has come a bit out of nowhere this year, hasn't it? The Rangers' struggles. I've not caught as many of their games as perhaps I would. I'm not even sure what's really gone wrong. I'd be interested to know if people know. Is Colchester in MFL? I think it is. Do you want me to check for you if Colchester's in MFL? Is that where we're at now? I'm pretty sure there are Colchester clubs. There's definitely Ipswich, which is basically the same bit, isn't it? I think there is Colchester. I saw someone listing a Bradford team. So you know what, chat? As much as I'm ranting about Tony Pandy, I could have got Bradford. That is the small positive that we can take from everything. Yeah, someone's trying to sell a Bradford license for $160. The people of Bradford don't have that kind of money. I'm from the north originally. My grandparents lived in Bradford. People in Bradford are not spending that on a club. I don't think anyone outside Bradford spending it on it either. Jack, thoughts on Klopp rumoured to go to Madrid? TalkSport reported it. It's not true. It's Canadian teams in MFL. Yeah, there are loads of Canadian licenses, I believe. I've definitely seen a few. Oh dear, it's a disaster. I'm having a paddy. Any predictions for F1? What are my predictions for F1? I think McLaren are going to be good, but I think George Russell gets on the podium again. Jack, I got Basingstoke. Chat, I want you guys to tell me, what's worse, Basingstoke or Tony Pandy? Tony Pandy just sounds like a bloke down the pub. I'm fuming. Also, we do have new kits for the year, chat. You can let me know what you think of the kits. Budget kits meant that for the third kit this year, we've been just dunking it in black ink and hoping no one notices. It's just last year's kit. Dunked in black. We'll have a look through the other kits. We've got Glasses United, Lincoln. Oh, I quite like that Lions kit. Oh, is that Simba on the rock? Is that just the Lion King? Or is it... I choose to believe that Disney won't sue me for that. Like, Disney, I've promoted your pin promotion. Lynx have got the cat back on their badge. You love to see it. Magpies. What the dickens happened here? Chat, I don't know if I love it or hate it. I think it's art. And I don't understand art. Mons Calpe. Oh, God, I feel like I'm being hypnotised. I like the home kit, actually. That's a cool home kit. It's a bit jazzy. But I'm a fan. St. Joseph's are just the Blackburn of Gibraltar. Like, their kit just makes you think Blackburn every time. I quite like that away kit. I know it's a bit simple. I do like it. Ooh. Oh, there's some good kit. Chat, there's some good kits this year. Also, I'm glad this kit hasn't changed. Really like that kit. The Pirelli Europa Point kit. Chat, I'm disappointed that no one's bought Tony Pandy yet. I'm going to keep checking it through the stream. I'll give you Tony Pandy updates. Also, if we have any MFL players here, if you spot a Singapore license for sale on the marketplace, please tell me. Because I need it. Are these sponsors real? No. Why is the reputation going down? I don't know. Is it because Demi? I'm so... Tony Pandy, chat. Bloody Tony Pandy. I could have got like London or Cardiff. When it went to the UK, I was thinking, oh, this could be good. And then the Welsh flag showed up and I'm thinking, Wrexham, Swansea, Cardiff. All of those are fairly desirable. Tony Pandy. Tony Pandy. Chat's writing F. Oh no. Are we back? Are we back? YouTube said F. Twitch, did we go down there or was that a YouTube skill issue? We're back, everyone. Oh, God. The internet issues closed down the stream yesterday. Hopefully, that doesn't happen again. We pray. YouTube skill issue. Oh, we stuttered on Twitch. Chat, I hope the internet issues don't continue after yesterday. The internet's been good so far today. Obviously, I've not been streaming, so I've not really put the same strain on it. But Walk's not even at home. Simon Fitzgerald's a cheap homegrown backup. He's just not very good, Croaky, and I don't really want to give Lincoln any money. You know, I think I should let them have one last player. Oh, chat, Tony Pandy. People who haven't been around are just hearing me say Tony Pandy and think it's a regen who's turned me down. They don't know. They don't understand. They will never understand. Where is Tony Pandy not? Has anyone been to Tony Pandy? I'm just Googling it. Tony Pandy. It's literally in the middle. It's like north of Cardiff, between Newport, Cardiff and Swansea. But it is in the middle of nowhere. It's got a restaurant called Happy Valley there. You know what? I don't need to know anything more. If you're labelling something happy, it's not a happy place. Tom28, Jeff Bezos will help ease the Tony Pandy pain, mate. I appreciate it. Also, Jay Hodge coming up with the Tony Pandy. The Tony Pandy Ultras are in force today. Does it have 2 train stations? Oh, it's massive then, isn't it? The worst thing's going to be, chat, if the music was copyrighted and I have to edit that portion out the stream, people watching the YouTube VOD are just going to see the intro cut to me ranting about Tony Pandy and not understand. Bloody Tony Pandy. People are bidding on Rivero. I've already accepted a bid for Rivero, haven't I? It was like 50% profit. If they will do the same deal, they can have him. Oh, Arsenal have offered that. United. I mean, I'll be honest, the £500 I don't care about. It's all on the sell-on. I'll tell you what's promising, though, chat. Players like Ribeiro are actually getting interest from big clubs. Now, to be fair, Ribeiro has a load of potential, but I don't think he's going to hit it. He's about to turn 21, and I feel like I'm better off selling him now to one of these big teams than getting the sell-on. He must have mad potential for all this interest, but I just don't see him hitting it. He's nowhere near my first team, so the sell-on's good. But the fact that we're getting that interest in our players bodes really well for like the upcoming seasons if the values continue to rise. There was the scene of the 1910 Tony Pandy riots, which could be a cool team name, the Tony Pandy riots. It could be, but the issue is that I'm trying to make an agency full of teams from around Asia, and Tony Pandy is decided. If I list out the places I own: Tokyo, Chiba, Suwon, Kowloon, Tony Pandy, it doesn't work. I'm rattled. There's a lot of players here that are about to have their contracts expire playing for Premier League teams. And when they're free agents, that could be a wave of players to go after. Why are you never using training units for better youth players to make them practice in the first team and develop them? Because I just make the best youth players available for the senior team listed here and then make them available for the youth team instead. I've actually just shifted a load of players down. But in general, I actually don't find the training units that useful, especially because my senior team play a lot of games. There's lots of gaps in their training anyway. And I'm resting up players a lot between games. I feel like there's certain elements of Football Manager chat that you just don't need to touch to succeed. And the training unit is just one of those. Also, I set up my director of football just to sort out the contracts on like the youth team coaches and youth team scouts and coaches and stuff. He's doing a very good job. No contracts expiring. I might just ask the director of football to renew a load of these. Chat, what are elements of Football Manager that you just ignore? I'm now curious. I'm so upset about Tony Pandy, chat. I'm hoping... why don't know my staff want to enter contract talks? Maybe they're the newly signed staff. The Data Hub training. See, I never really touched training other than individual training. I feel like team training is like, you can definitely get an edge of it, but it's not like essential to succeed. It's funny because I know in saying that there'll be some people like, I disagree. And that they might well be right. But for IMO, not that useful. Press conferences. I don't think I've done a press conference properly in so long. The last time I did a press conference related to Football Manager, it was a real-life press conference at the Football Manager World Cup. Ribeiro is going. We're selling him for £4,000, but we get 50% of any profit. I think that's good. I probably will, Marley. If I can't sell Pontypandy, I might offer that and money for someone's Singapore license if it comes up. Is Ribeiro any good? He has potential. I signed him on a free, and he's never going to play in my first team, and he's too small to be my kind of fullback. With his valuation and the fact PSG are interested and have a lot of money, I'm hoping there's a good chance I can sell on the clause for like a decent few £1,000,000. Just opened my club pack and got... I bet you get in Colombia. I've never heard of that place, Mike. You might have been as cooked as me. I'm so upset about bloody Tony Pandy. Everything's fine, chat. Everything's fine. Tony Pandy. No one wakes up and goes, you know what? I want to found a football club in Tony Pandy. Hello, hello, chat. I have a problem with my WTS skin. In match, I have a blank space in the bottom left corner. Did you install the streamer skin view that creates a space for the webcam? If you installed that mod, you should uninstall that mod. Oh yeah, did Ricky Ryan find a club, chat? No, he's just a free agent. Although bid. Oh, Europa have made a bid. That's good. So it seems like, hopefully he goes to them. If I do release players and leave them as free agents, teams will then make bids for them. Because there are going to be a few players here that I think haven't already got moves agreed, although a fair few of them have, but there are a few that are going to have to go to be free agents. How much is the Italian guy you sold worth now? Should we check? You mean Amatucci, don't you? He's not worth that much, to be fair. But he's played in the UAE. I feel like I just had to take the money and run on him. Why is JK here? He's part of the furniture. Hey, Vinny, good luck in your MFL pack opening. Hopefully you get less cooked than me. If you get a Singaporean club, let me know. Pontypandy. It wasn't even... Oh, my word. What is this? NDIA's out for 3 months. Ah. That, I believe, is what we call suboptimal. Am I short on striking options this year if NDIA keeps getting injured? I mean, I guess I'd move Ndong forward to play striker and then bring in Cliff on the right wing. Al Sayed is now accomplished at striker, so we can go back to training him at shadow striker. I don't know if it's Lampo's time, chat. Since I got in my new staff member who's better at judging staff, he's not as keen on Lampo. Who's better, Lampo or Chris Mahrez? Depends on what you value in Football Manager. All reason, sense, and research suggest that the pace is very important. Oh, I've also still got Wooster, who still doesn't have a face. I'll give him a face if he plays for Gibraltar. Lampo all day. Chat's just biased. Chat, you're all Lampo simps. I mean, Savino, according to my staff, has like the best potential. Maybe he's just the man to bring in and play. I mean, he and Lampo are actually very, very similar. And I have also got the The bloke from South Korea that we signed last time. Is Yoon Wan the best of the bunch? Is Lee Yoon Wan the best? I mean, there's question marks over his potential. I like the fact one of his things is just skill. He's just skillful. I like Lampo chat, but he's not as good as like you think he is he? How it is for the streamer nod? I'm looking right now at the mods file. I don't even have a mod name that way. Is it like a Match UI mod? Is there a WTS Match UI one? Besides that, Damien, I'm afraid I do not know why there'd be a gap in the bottom right, bottom left. Right, we're about to have a load of players join and leave us. I don't know how much the team's actually going to shrink here, because I think there's as many players joining as leaving. Lampo is loved for his names and not his skills. That's a lovely sentiment, and I think that is probably what's happening. I don't think that means that we should be using him. Oh, Oscar's announced he wants to leave. That's fine. Oscar, you can do one, mate. I said I could tame the beast. I'll admit it, chat. I didn't tame the beast. I lost a 50% sell on Foster because he's been released. That's okay. Okay, loads of players have been released. They've already got moves organised, all these guys. Chat, are we just keeping J-Key around? I think we are. Aussie boy, mate, thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate you. Mate, you're still playing Cliff Garcia. You don't deserve to talk about not being sentimental. He's the club captain. He's top of the hierarchy. He's got great determination. And for the year just gone, he averaged a goal a game. Mic drop. I dropped the mic. I dropped the mic. Is everyone saying J-Key watches the streams? I don't think he does. I think it's someone pretending to be J-Key. I'm afraid I don't want to ruin the illusion. Have we won the Champions League yet? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we won the Champions League. Look at it. No one can deny we won it. We won the UEFA Youth League with our youth team over PSG's team. We won the Champions League, chat. No one can take that away from me. Danny Hanley was in goal, Gibraltar's next great goalkeeper. People will try and say this isn't a real win. This is the real Champions League. That's the save done, really, isn't it? At this point, we're just doing the bonus missions. Right. Contract status expired. What you got for me? Oh, loads of them have already got bids from like big teams. Chat, there's a bloke called Andy White. Chat, there's a bloke called Andy White. Andy. 25 grand. He's not my Andy. He's not my Andy. It's like an Interstellar moment. Is it Interstellar? I've never seen the movie, chat. I've just seen the meme where it's like knocking on the glass to himself in a parallel world. Well, not in a parallel world, but like, I don't know. I've not seen the movie, so I don't know the concept. I don't know if it's time travel or whatever. Oh, these guys are legitimately good. 39. Okay, so it turns out with all these Premier League players that got released, I need them to be free agents for a while so they lower their wage demands. And annoyingly, they've all got bids on them. So I don't think I can sign any of them. Should we just sign some American Academy players to cheer me up? Keith Texter, you're not very good. Negrete? In wage-wise, chat, that's not my first... Oh, that's just attackers. I'm about to say, that's not my first team. My first team's bigger than that. Have the new players arrived yet? No, they arrive tomorrow. Let's get to tomorrow. Did you see Faye's a free agent? You did. He is asking for silly wages I can't afford. Who's the manager of the youth? Fabian Delph is the manager of one of the teams. Right, get the new players in. Pablo Perez, PP and Llewellyn join. Loads of players leave. Dutch Oven leaves. Salute off the Dutch Oven. Andre the Giant leaves. The fans will miss having a club favourite around. Rivero was good for 2 seasons. Schalke have made a bid for Nkili. Reject that. And some random bloke, who I assume I shortlisted at some point as one of my many shortlists, has offers. Oh yeah, language courses. Chat. I keep forgetting to send the players on language courses. I think I got myself in the habit of not sending them on them because I couldn't afford like the lessons before. Right, Perez, you're going to be our terrier in the midfield. You do need to learn to get a bit angrier. I'm going to train him actually as a Roman playmaker. Does Apex make money on transfers? No. So I think Llewellyn is our new left fullback option, chat. And then we're going to play Shepherd at right wing back for the year. Something like that. That's what I'm thinking for our team. When everyone's fit. I still need to sort out the bench. But that feels strong. PP is on the... Is it PP who's going on the bench? I should probably be someone who can play left wing. Latifi, maybe. That seems like a strong team. Oh, yeah, I need to sort out Llewellyn's face, don't I, chat? Llewellyn has got an incorrect ethnicity assigned. He's a white bloke in the match engine. Should I fix his face now? I feel like I have to be very careful whenever I'm talking about fixing faces when referring to ethnicities, but it's been incorrectly assigned. That's what I'm trying to say, chat. I feel like actually it's a perfectly reasonable thing to say, but it uses words that traditionally streamers should probably shy away from saying. I think that's perhaps the best way of viewing it, isn't it? Is Wok here, chat? Is Wok in the chat? Everyone said hi, Wok. Have I missed her messages? Oh, no. Liana's just saying hi to Wok. Why is the internet down? YouTube, tell me if we're back. I'll just wait for it to come back. I've made my peace. Are we back? We're back. I wish I knew what caused the issues, chat. I wish I knew. Because I would just fix it. Are we back? Twitch, are we back? Earth to Twitch. Earth to Twitch. You know what, chat? If anything, the internet died at a good time now because I've just changed Llewellyn's face. We're back! Sorry, chat. I don't know what the issue is with the internet. It's now becoming part of the streaming experience, isn't it, for the internet to die? I don't know what goes on with my internet. I wish I knew. Never happened to the F1 Manager Days. True. Chat, I just didn't want to show you guys me changing the face. That's the truth. The internet go down to new stream character. True. USA-less redeems the thirst on the stream on Twitch because it resets when the stream goes down. Shame. Does Latifi struggle to control himself? Nah, he's the GOAT. Much like the real Latifi. He's the absolute GOAT. Right, chat. Do you want to see Llewellyn's new face? Are you ready? He looks Welsh. I looked at the picture of his little face when you right-click, and I could see short hair and a bit of a stubble. So that's what I came up with. It's perfect. I was about to say we fixed him. Doesn't sound good, does it? But I think he looks Welsh too. I went to Cardiff once. It looks like everyone there. Rob6738. Mate, thank you for the prime. All the Welsh people watching the stream are nodding, going, yeah, he does look like one of us. They're definitely not complaining I'm stereotyping all of them. I think he's going to be quality. Rob, 6 months, mate. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Is Llewellyn from Tony Pandy? Can you imagine, chat? No, he's from Anglesey. I used to go camping in Anglesey on holiday. That was my summer trips, chat, when my parents didn't want to go abroad because flights are expensive with children when you don't have a lot of money. We used to go to Anglesey and camp. As you can imagine, it's a very exotic trip when you're from Lincolnshire. No more Welsh people watch after watching you diss your new club in the other game. True. Part of me's now tempted to chat to make Tony Pandy a force. We'll come back next stream and they'll have the branding all sorted. I'm like, we are going to win the league with Tony Pandy. I've not been camping in years. I don't think Wok's ever been camping, chat. I think she'd hate it. Right. How big is the first team right now? 28. Chat, is that the most reasonable squad size I've had in like 5 years? It might well be. I still feel like Kevin Zaroli or Breckin I could move on. I don't think there's any other players I want to let go here. I mean, there's a world where I sell Williams. But the thing is, he is probably currently my best centre-back, but I just don't think he will be by the end of the year. And I need Bath in the match squad. It's true. The squad is organised, but the window has started. You know what, Pramod? That is a valid point. There's still time for me to add more players. Defensive mid is definitely where I have too many players. I think I do keep Zaroli round, because I think if he picks up right wing back, he'll be good. It's Aiden Heaven is the issue. Is there any interest? There might be interest in him. Offered to clubs. $5,000, but I want the percentage of profit. You know, Heaven's picked up Gibraltarian nationality, but he's not homegrown in nation, so I don't really mind letting him go. Isn't Williams part of the Gibraltar project? Yeah, you're right, he is. He will pick up nationality in 8 days. He's going to be very good for the national team. If you haven't already, can we get a rundown of the squad? I will do it, Lewis, once I've done some squad sorting, because I appreciate there's lots of new faces in the team, and it does require a bit of a rundown. It's like a whole new generation is swept in of youngsters with potential. And Killy wanted to leave. Mate, I can't let you go to Schalke. You're very influential. He's just going to have to cry for a bit. I'm not losing him. Am I playing European games today? Honestly, I'm not sure. Probably not. Because we enter in at a later round now. Although it's only 3 weeks away. We might get there, we might not. I'll be honest, chat. Today I wasn't planning on streaming for too long. Just because it's Easter Friday. I was going to hang out with Wok and do some stuff since she's not working later. And most people aren't working. But I would like to get I'd like ideally to get as much transfer stuff done as possible before those first games. Because then at the weekend, the season recap for the season just gone is going to go up. So then when we stream on Monday, or Tuesday. I think it'll be Monday. But when we stream on Monday, then the video's gone up the day before to catch people up, so people can tune into the stream on Monday and know exactly what's happening, if that makes sense. Is Cliff eligible for the national team? He's played for the national team as our Cliff. He is Gibraltarian through and through. He bleeds red. That is because he's blood, obviously, but he bleeds red. There's players like Uribe here that I would, in any other save game, I'd just be releasing. But he is about to get Gibraltarian nationality in the next year, so I just can't get rid of him. If I was going to pick a team, right, chat, for the youth team right now, how good would my youth team be? I'm now just curious to, like, plot out a rough 11 and see what it would look like. Because I think it would be quite good. I almost feel like a rundown of the youth team is as important as a rundown of the starting team. Who's in at right back? Samad. Samad go to left back. Just bought a club on NFL and got a rare play in your free pack. No, Stuart. What's his age and rating? Do you want me to tell you how much he might be worth? If you tell me his age, his rating and position, I can give you a rough valuation. It's like a 1% odds. You lucky git. And you could loan him out and get a lot of return on him, like in MFL rewards, by loaning him to a higher division team. Out of curiosity, how many players have I signed? Shall we check? 207, and I've sold 46. Those numbers don't math. 22 years old, so he'll turn 23 I think this week because he's young. But 78 left back, 23. You could probably get about $100 to $110, probably $110 if you wanted to sell him. But when you pull a player in MFL, they're guaranteed to go up 1 overall. So if you can get a good loan move to him. In fact, he's the kind of player that I might be interested in loaning unironically for my bronze team in that 78 range. I might have to hit you up if he's available, sure, if you decide you don't want to sell him and you just want to loan him out and develop him next year. That's it. From your starter pack, though, that's actually an unreal pull. Fair play, mate. Congrats. Why did I sell Shepherd? Because they offered me £1.1 million and the ability to loan him back for 18 months. Let's just build up the rest of this team really quick. Chat, I genuinely think my B team could win the league. Like, unironically. That would be my youth team started 11. That's such a good 11. To be fair, they did just win the Youth Champions League, so you'd like to think they'd be good, wouldn't you? Like, Villa in goal is not happy and asking to leave. We'll just ignore it. He's contracted for 3 more years. He'll get over it. Peter at right back looks good. Maybe question marks over his potential. Samad at left back is 18. He looks really, really solid. Naji Hoon was like a big transfer. He had a really long-term injury with a broken wrist. But he could still be a good little centre-back. Probably never going to be good enough for our first team, to be fair, but still solid. Fiera as well. 18. Looks really, really good. I'll tell you what, chap, the future is bright, innit? Maldonado, we've just signed. I think he's going to be really good. Resolute personality, really, really well-rounded. Diego Torres is more of a defensive mid option. The team is good. The team is very, very good. Like, this team could probably win the Gibraltarian League and ironically. But instead, we just let them go ham on the under-23s. Updates on the small angry guy from Honduras. He's told me he's leaving at the end of next season on a free, and he's just being a dick. But it's fine. You have the wrong clause on Ribeiro. What do you mean by I have the wrong clause on Ribeiro? What's the wrong clause? There's a Greek license on MFL. I think I'm just looking for either a Beijing or Shanghai or a Singapore license. They're like the three I'm looking at. What about the tall, angry centre-back? He's in the first team. Our tall, angry Honduran centre-back in Cabrera? Sounds like a bread. I think he's going to be very good long term. I kind of want to play him in league games and stuff. The clause you got is 50% of transfer, not profit. I mean, it's basically the same, given the fact the player was sold for such little money. I kind of want to bring Schmetz back, chat. What was the sell on Schmetz? Because I would get if I bought Schmetz, I think I'd get half the money back. I could sign Schmetz for £3 million. That's not even dumb. If he'd want to join me, that is. He'd be interested in a loan move, but not a permanent move. Pain. Absolute pain. Right back option considering Shepherd's leaving at the end of the season. Honestly, I'm kind of hoping I can just keep extending Shepherd's loan, but because he's homegrown at club, he's going to be, I can't really replace him like for like. If I do lose him, PP could maybe slot in at right back at times this year. Can I offer to extend Shepherd's loan beyond the end of next season? Nah, it's too soon. Would loaning him to a club in the high division increase his development compared to playing him on your team? It would, Stuart. There's a really, really useful thing that MFL do. I'll link it in the chat for you, mate, because if you're just starting out, it's a bit of heavy reading, I'm afraid to say, but MFL has a white paper that basically lists out exactly how the game works. On that screen on the left side, if you go to, I think it's player management and then player development, it talks about how players are generated with potential and prime ages, but then it also talks quite far down the screen about match XP and about the penalties you receive for playing against teams of like a lower quality. Did we play anything this stream? I mean, it's the start of the season, Melek. It's off season, son. So not yet. Today is probably just going to be transfers and chill chat ahead of our first European game. Because this year we skip a European qualifying round because the coefficient went up. So instead of there being 4 rounds to go through, there's just 3 for us. Hi, Jack. Just interrupting with an MFL question. What does it benefit me to sign up with your link? You get a free common player when you a free common player pack when you spend $25. That is the only benefit to you. I mean, it's a free player. It's not going to be worth anything, but it does help kind of directly support my content, help me, and obviously you get a free player out of it. Is the primary. You get a free player that you wouldn't get if you signed up without the link. I've really been enjoying MFL. I like the fact they're kind of really transparent with how the game works and the fact players don't regress as they get older. So like that's not an element you have to worry about. Obviously, retirement is still a thing eventually. But the white paper, if you have any questions about MFL, the white paper probably has the answers. Can you convert the in-game currency? You can't. I wish you that you could, but I understand why they don't, because you'd end up with lots of random decimal numbers. I talked about it earlier, chat. If you do use that MFL affiliate link, I'm not being paid directly to advertise the game, but by you signing up using that link, I do get a kickback and a rev split from them. So it does really help support me. But to be honest, like I've been playing the game for a month anyway. I've put in my own money into the game as well, and I'm really, really enjoying it. I think if you're a Football Manager player who likes So Rare, likes a bit of Ultimate Team, wants like a game that you can just kind of play on the side, set up for 10 minutes a day, or really get invested in. It tickles like an itch. Hi, Jack. Missed a couple of weeks this stream because I was on holiday. Dylan, I hope you had a lovely holiday. Who's the go to this save game? It's still Cliff. It's still Cliff. He's now playing for the Gibraltar national team. He's the club captain and we love him. Do you do the ZD quest on MFL? So at the moment, I don't think they're doing the quests anymore, but you can use the training match feature there to do training matches and just test out the new match engine that's coming in for next year. So if you just want to do practice games, you can use that. I think you have to own the players to do that. Otherwise, you can just play friendlies with your team once you fill it out with a few players. How many players have Gibraltar nationality? Not enough. You can see there's quite a lot of Gibraltar secondary nationality. Does that count? Can I pretend that counts? I'm going to pretend it counts. Oh, you got the Disney link as well, Stuart. Oh, good. Yeah, I should say, if you sign up for MFL chat, there's a Disney promo that is working with Dapper. Dapper's like the marketplace that the game uses, and they've partnered up with Disney to do this special promo. There's a promo at the moment where if you buy a Disney product for $7, you get $25 in Dapper credit that you can use in an MFL back. So for $7, you get $25. All the info is on my Discord server. So if you go, I think it's linked below the stream. If it's not, it's discord.gg/workthespace. And then there's the MFL channel there. I kind of explain, it's all written and explained out there. You might have to scroll a little bit, but it is essentially just free money. I don't think you can cash out the money, but if you were going to put money in anyway, it's just a good way to, be able to fund your first few purchases of players. If you buy a club officer on an MFL, can you redesign the badge and club name? Yes, the kid. In the future, they might charge the in-game currency for that, but at the moment, you can just do that for free. I've only got enough money to buy one game, Jack. You recommend an FM or MFL? MFL is more expensive than FM is, so I'd say FM. I mean, they're very different games. It depends on what you prefer. I think if you're bored of Football Manager after 18 months, MFL scratches an itch. It kind of reminds me of FM Live. Did people play FM Live? I miss FM Live. I love the fact there's 2 unhappy players about the fact I'm keeping in Killy. 3 players, all the leaders back me. Good eggs. Hi, I have a question. Why do you save the game before every game in Europe? Because the streams get edited down into YouTube videos that go up. And occasionally, if I don't explain stuff properly that happens before a game, I can load back up that save game and re-commentate the pre-game bit to include any context that I missed when playing it on stream. That's literally the only reason. I don't think I've had to do that yet, but it's just a good thing for like kind of timekeeping. It also means that I can tell editor Harrison if he's like, when did you play the 5th game? I can find the date for it and the time from the save game. Met one of your best friends on MFL. Oh, I think I used to be on, I think it was Cantonar. I played on Cantonar chat, but then there was like a second set of FM Live Worlds that was added to the game. I can't remember what they were called. They had like, I think it was when like they didn't have real players or something. I can't remember what it was. I didn't play that as much after that change happened. It was only a few months, I think, after the game came out. Can I upgrade the facilities? That's a good question because the training facilities got finished recently. I can't right now. Our facilities are looking very good, by the way. Look at that. Look at that. We look like a proper footballing establishment. I've not been able to ask for improved youth facilities in a while. I don't know why. Is that tied to like reputation or something that you can only improve it so far? It's all these English players that contract expired, but they all asked for silly wages because they were playing in the Premier League, and I don't have Premier League money. Lorenzo Romano, chat, is he the answer to my striking woes? He's very good. 23 to 32,000. I can't afford it. I can't afford it. This stream is not sponsored by Noble Chairs or whatever. What chair can I use? It is Noble Chairs. Not sponsored by Noble Chairs. It's just a convenient blindfold when I'm in pain. Kind of looks like a shit VR headset, this, doesn't it? Just need some Wiimotes. What am I doing with my life? Is Hull still without a club? He is. He is awful. He found Mansfield for a bit, didn't he? And then they just released him. I feel like our reputation did not go up in the off-season. It's not like there's now like a wave of new players available to sign, is it? Which is pain. I'm kind of feeling like I don't need to sign any more players, but I don't know if that's just me being a bit complacent. Wait, Jose, why is Jose showing up as a realistic transfer? I still don't understand this game. See how much Hull wants for 2 years to become Gibraltarian. He's not good enough to become Gibraltarian. He would not get in the Gibraltar national team. For people who have not watched the stream in a while, Lewis Hall is like, he's dead. He has. I don't know why he's not retired in the most polite possible way. So I think it'd be better for the rep to get into the Europa League / Conference League instead of the Champions League. I don't think it makes that much of a difference, and from the financial difference is more like radical. Like making the Champions League chat is literally worth like £25 million. Making the Europa League was worth 7 million. Like, there's no contest as to which I'd rather be in. I'll be honest, when we've signed high rep players, I don't feel like it's actually helped the reputation as much as you might expect. Like, I don't think it's actually really moved the needle. I think I'm just best off sticking with this squad, which is a fairly well-balanced squad by our own standards. It's young, and just giving it time. If you're making the Champions League, what are you doing with all that money? Saving it for when I have a reputation to sign players with that money, whilst building the team up slowly in the meantime. Maybe I should ask the director of football. To be fair, he did well before, didn't he, chat? Should we have a little director of football chat? What strikers are there? Okay, I'm a bit concerned by what he's recommended here. That is a freaky polygon. 20 concentration. He's the most intelligent striker in the world. Vasilev. Not great. Hugo Rodriguez. Yeah, not ideal. I can't put money into the facilities right now, but I have been continually pumping money into the facilities. Like, the training facilities have only just finished being upgraded. I've been absolutely spamming requests at, like, all opportunities. Wow, he's good. He's really good. He could play left back, and Llewellyn could play right back, and Shepherd could be the backup for the year. How much do you want? I should ask his agent. How much? 17 to 24. He won't lower his demands. Maybe. I've got a maybe idea. What is that? We just had a little chat. We literally, due to development since our last discussion. I talked to you 2 seconds ago, son. Developments? What do you mean developments? Walk away. I'm bigger than him. I'm bigger than that player. He's not worth it in that chat. They're trying to scam me. They're trying to piss on me and tell me it's rain, and I'm not going to fall for that. Is Sissoko's contract still expiring? No, they gave him a 1-year extension. What are my attributes looking like? Good question. Chat, look at that. I'm the world's greatest fitness coach. Some of this stuff has gone up a lot. It was never this good when we started. £20, by the way. If you missed that, that was the biggest moment of yesterday's stream. I mean, I got rid of the stepping stone chat because I'm not giving him a release clause, but that shouldn't make it go up by 40%. In fact, more than 40%. I'm fuming. I'm just looking at youngsters to sign. That's how I cheer myself up, chat. Just buy children. When I get the pay rise yesterday, it was a massive occasion. It's an extra meal deal every week. I want to keep a close eye on this guy because I think he's very, very good. Keeping me entertained while I'm sitting at Austin Airport whilst sitting delayed because of oversold flights. Mate, I once got caught in an oversold flight to Bulgaria. I went to go on a work trip with 2 other co-workers and only 2 of us could go on the plane. A bit awkward when you're only going there for 3 days. Jack, do you know of any staff members who aren't in a job for a long period? Do their attributes go down? I don't think they do. Tadan, I can't offer massive sign-ons because they're tied to the wage budget that you have. I couldn't offer that guy that right back a wage budget that's going to lower his wage demands from £34,000 to anything close to what I'm willing to pay. Like, chat, our highest earner right now is on £5,000. Like, I don't really want to be going above that. When I play in the league, I think this is the team I'm going to play. I'm going to go all in on my young players with potential for league games. I feel a bit bad for, like, Inkilly and Bath. But I think it makes the most sense for the long-term future. I made the flight to Bulgaria. One of my co-workers had to get a later flight later on that morning. Was Sofia Airport still painted blue? I'll be honest, it was about 5 years ago that I was there. I think it was blue. I remember just walking out the airport and you're just like in a very built-up area immediately. It was quite odd. There's a Taijing China license on the market now. Oh, I feel like I'm holding out for like Beijing. If you are on MFL chat and you see a Beijing license come up or a Shanghai license come up or any Singapore license come up, let me know. I love the fact that this is what it's descended into. People are just watching the market for what nations come up. Joe, what's the lowest down you've managed? 10th tier is the lowest I've managed, Alex. I did a save with Town Town. Lincoln make an offer for Milan Kostic. Kostic is going to go to... If he goes to Lincoln, chat, I'm fuming. But that's also quite good. Jack's got IRL scouts working for him. True. The fact that the players that I'm releasing are chatting to teams in Gibraltar feels like a good sign. Also, there's a load of contracts here that I need to renew. So these players with better potential. So Charles is part English, but he was born in America. I think they have to be born in British to get the quicker nationality. National team for Kostic, he broke his streak to go on loan. All these players, chat, with contracts expiring. I need to trigger their contract extensions because obviously I don't want to lose them on freeze. I mean, he has potential, so I guess I keep him around. Jack, can you show me the buttons you use to save team selections? Of course I can. So you come to this screen here where it says quick pick. You go to drop down, manage, save team selection. And then it will save what you've got currently selected, subs and starting 11 to like a preset here. I tend to have a best 11 saved, a best 11 for Europe with a bigger bench, and then a fully rotated team saved. Because it's just pre-season, I've just kind of been saving out what will be my squad for league games. Question, instead of cancelling friendlies, would it be better to filter into 23s? Potentially, it's just a few extra clicks and I'm lazy, but you could do that. There's a load of players here with contracts expiring, chap. I think they all could play for the Gibraltar national team in the future, so I don't want to let them go. But is that a good reason to keep them around? Maybe these guys with potential I keep around and I release the other ones. I think that's the angle. Like Diego Torres and Chavez. There's a chance that they get caps for Costa Rica and this is just all a monumental waste of time. But I do like the look of them. I'm out the loop. Where's Good now? He is playing for Sporting Kansas. He forced a move and I was very, very sad about it. It felt like a betrayal. Uribe only needs one more year. Let's play for Gibraltar. So if I trigger it, that'll be him playing for Gibraltar. Gul'dan has loads of potential, but has not improved at all, chat. It's just a bit sad when you have players like this. I mean, I don't know how good his potential truly is either. But I wanted to believe. I remember season 1, Jack, the man who insisted he didn't care about the national team. Like, I've had a character arc change. Charlie Meller. Gibraltar national in a year. It's annoying because I kind of want to give them an extra year so they get it, but I'm not sure if it's worth it. Ning Yu can leave, chat. Thanks for the memories, Ning, but it's time to go. I think Charlie Meller I might try and sell as well. Anyone else with interest in them? I'd love to loan a Naba to a club in Gibraltar. Is he stuck on awaiting paperwork? He might be stuck on awaiting paperwork. Oscar's on $4,000, by the way. This man is scamming me. He's announced he's leaving at the end of next year. Mate, agent, is there any interest? Mate, will you just mutually terminate your contract? Because this is just a waste of time for both of us. He'll agree to cancel it for 90,000. He's on 4,000 at the moment, so that's 22 weeks of wages. That's probably worth it. I'm going to be honest. I don't think I'm going to get him sold. And even if I sold him in January, it's not saving much money off just cancelling his contract now. By the way, you know things are bad when the player actually agrees to have their contract cancelled. Because players don't do that in Football Manager. Shiboko. He has a cap for Canada. I think it was only in a friendly. Should have just fined his wages every week. That is evil, but that probably would have been a good idea, chat. Evil, but also genius. Edwards, I'm willing to sell. I think he turned down a move to Man 62 a couple of years ago. Barnes, I think I want to keep around just because left back and right back who's homegrown at club is kind of nice. Strabak, I'm not sold on. Let's sell him here. Is Angel still here? He has gone. I'm afraid to say, Fabian, you only just joined the club, but you've got a contract extension I can trigger. Right. Ginge. I like Ginge a lot. He needs a new deal. For some reason, the game only lets me offer him a 2-year deal, which is deeply upsetting, Football Manager. Please fix. Oh, yeah, Vitalino Diaz went to Man 62. I forgot about that sale chat. That feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it? Chris. Contract extension. Samad. I don't realize how many young players that we have in our team who had contracts expiring at the end of the year. Got to sort them all out now. Goodman's contract's up in 2 years. I could probably try and offer him out, but I don't think anyone's going to make bids on him. Juan's only just signed for us, but I'll just trigger the contract extension. Benson. Benson is not bad. He's super injury prone. I don't think he's ever going to be good enough to play for me, but I paid $500,000 for him. So we'll keep him around. If you give him this deal, it locks him into 3 years because the contract doesn't start until the end of next season. It's almost like he signed a full-cut youth team in one season. Now all their contracts are up. Shh. Don't expose me. Mock Gang. Probably should have used more of the end-of-season contract option on players to tie people into the longest deals possible. Fiera has a 2-year trigger, so we'll just do that. I think I've sorted out most of the players there. Hopefully we get some interest on the ones I offered out. I feel like today's just quite a chilled out therapeutic stream, you know, of just trying to sort out the teams ahead of the new season. That's a lot of contracts I just triggered extensions on. I almost feel like it makes a lot of sense this year to minimise my spending. Reputation hasn't gone up. I'm not going to sign players better than the ones that are already in the team. And the core of this team has kind of been newly built in the last few years to be younger than ever before. And with this next generation of players, I just have to give them time. And buy and pred for the degenerates. You want to do predictions on a pre-season friendly? If the mods are around to set it up, I'll allow it. Chat, I'm afraid to say no one has bought my my Welsh team that I got in MFL. I'm sad. Kostic has gone to Lincoln. On the one hand, I'm annoyed. On the other hand, he is a player who ups the quality of their team significantly. And I want the other Gibraltarian teams to be good. I want to see the other Gibraltarian teams go further in Europe. So if they're signing players, I'm happy. Chat, if we shout mods loud enough, maybe they'll appear to do a prediction. Mods! Oh, there's actually offers on the players I offered out. Man 62 have offered for Shrubak. He wants to go to El Paso. I know you got a heart set to move to El Paso, but Man 62 would be a lucrative deal for us. I'm going to suggest there'd be a better team. I don't want to sell him abroad if Man 62 have a chance. Inaba's got loan offers, but they're all from J1 teams. I think his paperwork's stuck, isn't it? The paperwork is normally 1,800. Yeah, you know what? Inaba can go. Mella's got a load of offers, but they're all from the Canadian Premier League. That's okay. Valor of the Canadian Premier League have offered for Ningyu with a 50% profit. That works for me. And then the Gibraltarian players didn't get offers. Slowly but surely trimming down the teams, he says. Chat, there's a prediction live for the game against Bayern. A pre-season friendly against Bayern Munich, and we're doing a prediction for it, apparently. I could attend the game. Does that mean I'm managing it, or do I just watch it if I attend the game? I mean, I am going to just play, like, a clear team here and let my assistant pick the team for the friendly, which is what I normally do anyway. How do I unattend the game? I'll click on it again. It's a pre-season friendly, so the AI will go mad rotating the team, but that's kind of what I want at this point. I can't believe the first team is only a tiny scroll now. Look at this. It's a shame that all the players that lack quality are all the homegrown players. 2034, chat. What a year that's going to be for the homegrown players. What a day that's going to be. I can't wait. Look how organised it is. Oh! Just positive brain chemicals just beep booping right now. Mods, is the prediction done? Have we locked the prediction? I'm scared to continue and then be accused of rigging it. Do you remember when Pickenat was listed as the best goalie we could sign 3 years ago? He's still allegedly one of the best players I can sign. Predictions done. How are we going to get on? Dun 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 dun! Ah! We're massive. That team actually played a strong team as well. Bit confused why they subbed off their goalie in the 91st minute and he wasn't injured. I guess they were just rotating the team. Imagine me and Nicola Barry being subbed on to play 1 minute at the end of the game. I'd be fuming. Our assistant played a fairly rotated team here as well. Groves and Garcia started with Wooster and Breckin. I think they rotated their team as well. Cabrera won 100% of his headers. My goat. I'm going to organise one more friendly. Hence Fluminense. It's likely they'd consider it too far to travel for this friendly, but they must accept this proposal due to a clause in a previously made transfer offer. And that was the Sonder sale. Basically just blackmailing them into accepting a friendly in a week. Did I miss the draw for the Champo? We did the draw yesterday because the first and second rounds were like drawn at the same time. There's just not many interesting players to sign, is there, chat? Is it fair? I feel like we just stick with what we've got. And if any crazy young players pop up on our radar, we go for them. Some people are asking for a squad rundown, chat. Should we do a little squad rundown? Shall we do a little squad rundown? I feel like the first team's changed a lot now in the last 2 years, but these are all players that I think, realistically, half these players could play in Champions League knockout games. The way you say Fluminense is so bad, I don't care. Fluminense. Okay, team rundown here, chat. Now, in terms of legends that have left in recent years, good, went to Sporting Kansas. Who else have we lost? Amatucci went to Abu Dhabi. I feel like in a weird way, like, we've not actually sold many players. They've just dropped down the team. Like, when you look at the bench is made up of a lot of players who were, like, key players over the last few years. Devin Bath, obviously massive at centre-back. Emeka Duru, been a great loyal servant to club. Love how versatile he is at both fullback areas. Mason Groves, now playing for the Gibraltar national team, has been around a long old time. Cliff Garcia falls into that similar bracket. Now playing for the Gibraltar national team. Nkili is a bit unhappy, and he'll probably start in European games, but I'm kind of going with this model now where I've brought in a load of players of good potential, going to try and develop them in the league games, rotate some of them out for Champions League games with the more experienced players, and just try and develop. To be clear, chat, I know that Fluminense is pronounced like Fluminense or something closer to that, not Fluminense. I just like Fluminense, annoys people. Gets the engagement up. But, yeah, in terms of the starting 11, in goal, we have an NDIA. I feel like every Work the Space Save game has to have an NDIA. He's not a big goalie. His generally reach and aerial reach leave a lot to be desired, but there's been massive interest in this guy. PSG were looking at him for the longest time. 19 years old, already a fan favourite. I like him as a goalie. He's never going to be the best in the air, but his shot stopping is really solid, and he's been improving a lot. Right back, Shepherd is still at the club for now. Obviously, he's been our long-term left-back option. But Bayern made an offer last year that I couldn't refuse. £1.1 million in January, but I had him back on loan for 18 months without paying his wages. There's also a 50% profit sell-on, so we got £1 million, and hopefully we'll get a few more million down the line. So he's playing there. At the back, Keita was a player that we signed last year and made a name for himself at centre-back. Played so many of our games in that part of the pitch. Really, really good centre-back. Great aerial ability. Bit quicker than Bath and Williams have been, of course. Bath and Williams were the long-term centre-backs. Pace was an issue for them. Cabrera and Keita aren't that much quicker now, to be fair, but they're both 18 years old with really good kind of physicals for a centre-back. You know, they both are good at jumping in the air. They're not too slow. I think they're both really young with potential, bodes well for the future. And at left-back, we picked up Llewellyn here, 21 years old, was released by Tottenham at the end of his contract. One of the highest earners actually on £5,000 a week, but I think in his own right is just going to be a really, really good left back. In terms of defensive mid, Tunkara was kind of the revelatory player last year. Of course, Nkili had been playing defensive mid for a long old time. Another man who'd slotted in there was Zaroli. In fact, really, the emergence of Tunkara is one of the reasons why we've ended up selling Lorenzo Amatucci, the 28-year-old. Obviously, a bit of a sell on this guy. I don't know if we'll get it, but he was unhappy anyway. And we have a few young players I want to bring up through the ranks, like Tunkara. The other man is a new arrival in Perez, who's not as young, to be fair, at 21. I do look at him and wonder if maybe he'd be better as a centre-back, but that lack of heading scares me a little bit. And he's already more of a centre-mid kind of player. Loads of potential. Bayern Munich were interested in him, so that kind of implies to me he probably has a pretty big upside if we can develop him. Even if we can't, as the defensive midfielder in our team, he kind of just makes sense. In terms of the front four, all players who were playing with us last year, Bostock actually joined us 18 months ago. You might remember he joined us on a free transfer. I'll be honest, he's not really improved as much as I was hoping. He's got an ambitious personality, but even without improvement, in terms of his attributes on the pitch, he's been one of our best players. 37 goal contributions in 19 league games last year. Big, meaty man. On the kind of back post for an inside forward is always good. Crosses are pretty prevalent in this match engine to the back post. If your fullback is weaker than the man they're trying to mark, which is often the case with Bostock, they get goals and assists. Through the middle, El Sayed is the man with a plan. To be honest, he and Breckin are kind of battling it out, I think, in this part of the pitch. Breckin, I will probably look to give more game time to in the Champions League. I'll let you guys decide who's better out of these two, but there's not a lot of difference between them. I just look at El Sayed at 20 and think he's a better player. I feel like whilst Breckin has the physical edge, for our attacking midfielder with lots of players moving around them, it's a little bit less of a factor, that pace. Out on the right, we have Ndong, who was a crazy player in last year's pre-season. In league games, he wasn't quite as prolific, but 12 goals and 7 assists in the Champions League was huge for him. 19 years old, 19 potential, 19 determination, loads of potential. I like the look of him a lot. And then up top, NDIA is our starting striker, but does come with the caveat of he's not exactly been injury-free during the early years of his career. He is a bit of a question mark. Our staff did think he had a load of potential, then he got injured and the potential vanished. I have to think that's just the AI being a bit stupid when it comes to the star ratings. But he is out with a hip injury. He's out for up to 2 more months, so yeah, not exactly ideal. In terms of younger players knocking on the door, Savino, I really like the look of. 18 years old. Spineless personality we hate, but we're trying to fix him. He's a very good striker, at least on paper. The other man who I really like the look of is Latifi here. 19 years old, Iranian left winger. Good little player. Want to try and give these guys some game time on off the bench. In terms of the rest of the team, Breckin, Zaroli, Wooster, Heaven, Dragic, obviously players who have been here a long old time. Similar with players like Luis Rodriguez, homegrown at club. Good little player in his own right. Once upon a time was obviously our regular starter. Has kind of fallen out the first team contention in the last few years. Zanetti is a good young centre-back option who can also play left-back. And there's also one other player to mention in Hashimi Newdale, whose actual last name is Hashimi. You might remember we had Dale, the kind of goalkeeper. Dale, I'm trying to remember his last name now. He was the Gibraltar national team goalie with 100 caps. He just retired. And this is Newdale, called such because he's the new Dale. 20 determination, has Gibraltarian nationality, might play for the national team in the future, but he's homegrown in nation and club. And as a third choice goalkeeper, I think he's fine. So that's basically where we're at. That is our team as it stands right now. I like the team a lot. If there was areas of the pitch that I was going to improve imminently, maybe centre attack in mid, but I don't think I can reasonably improve that right now. And, I mean, to be honest, I could just play Ndong through the middle at centre attack in mid if I really wanted to for the year, and then bring in someone like Savino, the spineless, at right wing. But for now, this is the team. How much did I get Vamatucci? Only a few £1,000s. Our players don't really have sell-on value, chat, unless I've brought them in for big money originally. Which is a bit unfortunate and a bit annoying. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. Dragic wants £200 a week to be a backup. That works for me. Groves on a new contract as well. Any homegrown players I feel like are just worth trying to keep hold of for as long as possible. Wooster as well. Let's try and renew his contract. How much is Wooster on right now? 3,000 and he wants 4,000. Mate, you're a cheeky git. He's about to get Gibraltarian nationality in January. I might renew his contract if he gets it or if he doesn't get it. How's Delgado doing? The first guy I sold and made money off. He's playing for St. Louis City in MLS. He's actually their vice-captain. He's doing okay. Like, he's not a crazy player, I'll be honest. I don't feel like he's improved that much since we got rid of him. He's the kind of player who I wouldn't mind bringing back eventually, one day, maybe. But, yeah, he's plodding along just fine. He's doing okay. Did I spot that PP had the promise of a friend? He might have done, and I've forgotten about it. Let me check. Oh, PP wants a friend. Did I not just sign a Uruguayan already? Was Maldonado not Uruguayan? No. Oh, Chile. They're basically the same country. Just to be clear, they're absolutely not. Someone's going to take that kind of vain sense of humour and be like, that's really offensive, actually, Jack. I have Chilean grandparents, and that has upset me. Apologies to the Chilean viewers. I might just sign this guy. 4-star potential. A few cons. He might cost me a bit too much if it's nearer that £3 million. Sign Passy Pasadena as a friend for PP. Fellow PP gang surely works. You'd think so, wouldn't you? Having alienated Wales and now trying to run the South American market off. Like, I'm burning all my bridges with the world, chat. I'm burning all my bridges. What can I say? I just need a Uruguayan who's like semi-good and not too expensive. There was the striker guy. Is it this guy? No, this is a different guy. Delgado. He doesn't really offer me anything that I need. Why not sign a man from the Forbidden Nation? No idea why. I'm sad I got a Malaysian club. Is that in MFL, Joe? What Malaysian city? Is it one of the big ones? If you get a big city in one of the newly added countries, you might look out because there's a few players from those countries and they will want to get a club to represent their country potentially. Jack has already insulted Wales, Chile and Argentina this stream. Any ideas how many he'll get up to? Many. Seremban. I'm going to be honest, I've never heard of Seremban. Have we got any Malaysian viewers who can tell us if Seremban is big? I could just sign any old player on a free transfer here and then just release them immediately. Like if I just sign this guy on a free, that will satisfy the promise, then I'll just release him. I'll just do that. 200 IQ. How do you look at how many of a certainty exist in MFL? There is something called the air table. It gets updated once a day. I don't think it's been updated for today. I'll link it in the chat. There's the air table there. I have it bookmarked. So that lists all the country, but I don't know if it's been updated today. And then the other thing you can do is where are we? This link here. It's a very long link. Apologies, chat. I'm just spamming long links. That's a list of all the clubs. I think that's all the clubs that haven't been pulled yet. So they're all the clubs that are currently in packs. But the air table, you can like control F and just look through all the countries once it's been updated. I don't know if it's been updated for today yet. Do you reckon that goalkeeper realises that I'm just bringing him in for one day? I'm sure he'll forgive me. Wait, the goalie doesn't sign until January. Oh, he's too young. Chat, good spot, chat. You've just saved me. I was paying attention to the video game. Oh, this guy's not bad. We'll just sign this guy, Julio. Julio, I'll give you £1,000. Sign today. Can you play MFL without paying real cash? No. No, and I actually think that's a good thing in a weird way. Because if you've ever played free-to-play football management games, half the games just end up being like skeleton ghost teams, zombie teams. where people don't like manage their teams actively. They just set up a team once and then never play again. Because there's like an investment in getting started, it keeps people actively playing the game, which I think is important. Julio to the under-23s. Julio's going to love it. He's going to love his little vacation for a year. I got confused, chat, when you were all saying Julio, because I was thinking about our former player Julio, thinking I'd missed some inbox item about him being sold. I will say now, we've not been able to sell sell-ons in a little while. I do wonder if we're hitting like a diminishing returns point, part of the sell-ons, sadly. Big news in MFL, everyone. Wolverhampton has just been pulled and listed. The Wolves Massive are happy. Hey, Chuck, I'm doing very well, thank you, mate. Very, very well. Chat, I feel like there should be stuff that I'm doing here, but the team is just kind of in this nice spot where I'm just happy with it. Do you ever like hit a point in Football Manager where it's like, I could sign new players, but I don't think it really solves anything? Like, our youth team is stacked for the future. I'm just content. This is bizarre. I'm never content. I'll tell you what I'm going to do here. These guys are all ineligible because they're too old. So let's make you not available for the under-19s anymore. Then the under-23s. All of these players that aren't in my best 11, like I think is my best 11, we'll make available for the under-19s. Some of these might be the players I've just got rid of, but it's easier to spot if they're too old here. Like Schrebach is too old. But the rest of the team is fine. It is okay to be content for once, Jack. That's true. Jack experienced the hedonic treadmill in real time. It's true. What's Lewis Skelly said? He's saying, I'm in Leicester on 30 grand a week. What do you mean your highest earner's on £5,000? That's what Lewis Skelly's saying. Do I have a centre attacking mid with a load of potential? Like, Maldonado could end up being the solution. Do I go all in on Maldonado as an attacking midfielder? I know he can already play defensive mid. I'm kind of tempted to train him at Shadow Striker, because he's already got pretty good vision for a creative role. Shadow Striker trains all his physicals. He's already accomplished at centre attacking mid, and he's already natural at defensive mid. So him being able to play both probably isn't a bad thing. Also, let's praise all these youth players. Oh my word, that made my game lag. My game did not like me highlighting youth team players, apparently. Why is that so slow? Wow. 12 position makes him more of a DM. The thing is, 12 positioning isn't like, that's not a standout attribute. Like his bad attacking attributes are like 10s. And he's 18. Like if his positioning was like 15, I'd be like, yeah, that's probably a waste. I'm going to save after this chat. You know what? Good thinking. Safety save. Put my hand on his shoulder, apparently. Apparently I misclicked, but that works. Right, save the game just to be safe. So our under-19s actually looks like a proper team. Like, minus the fact there's like 5 strikers at the bottom. Gazetta reporting Aston Martin have offered Max a $300 million contract. Chat, I can definitely... part of me would love to see Max leave Red Bull, and part of me can just see it happening. It would just be quite fun. That's an annoying injury. Bostock's out for 4 to 5 weeks. We are running a little low on options in the wider areas. That's a problem. Smogfather, dude, thank you for the 7. Another month on, mate. I hope you're all good. I'm very well, thank you, mate. Very, very well. Got a barbecue planned tomorrow with Wok and some friends. Looking forward to starting the new YouTube series next week. Should have a video dropping Monday that isn't the first episode, but is the, hey, let's try and get back in the YouTube algorithm video. Why don't you start asking for more money for all your players? Because that's not how Football Manager's logic doesn't work like that, Costas. The players would get unhappy that I'm asking for too much, sadly. How are the graphics of the new series coming along? I've actually not worked... Well, we've got the app being worked on by Dan with a Plan. That's what I refer to Dan as. Dan with a Plan is working on the tool. It's coming along slowly but surely. What's going on the barbecue tomorrow? Oh, kebabs and steak. I would like you to engage with every video, Chris. Every video I upload, chat, you should leave a like and a comment on and feed the algo. The fact that my highest earner is still only on £5,000 a week, I think is something to be quite proud of. My calculated wage spend is £140,000 a week. What is that times 52? I know that that doesn't account for bonuses and stuff. But as a baseline, we'll say 142,000 times 52. So I'm spending $7 million a year on wages. So the current wage structure I've got is basically enough that if I was to play in the Europa League every year, I could sustain it. I'm a bit hesitant to push it too much higher because I don't really want to hit the point where we have to make the Champions League proper every year to fund the club. Because that is what we're kind of on the verge of now. I mean, to be fair, the board expectation now is the Champions League proper, and I do think we get better seeding for it, but just even so. What's the new series? It is a journeyman from across the world. It's a journeyman across the road where I have to earn miles in order to be able to move to clubs within a range of where I'm already managing. That is the save game. Every time my team scores a goal, I get 1 mile. Every time I win a game, I get 3 miles. Every time I win a domestic cup or a non-top division, I get 500 miles. And if I win the top division in a country, I get 1,000 miles. Those bounties for cup and leagues can only be once with a team. So I can't just stay in the same place earning the miles. But essentially, I manage a team, earn miles. That will expand like a circle around where I'm managing. And then I can move as part of the journeyman save to another club in that circle that I've earned. And I then spend the miles to move to that club and then I have to build up a new bank balance. The aim is from starting managing in Singapore with no experience and Sunday League rep to try and get all the way back to London and win the Premier League before my son retires. My son is a player that I've created in-game who I'll be using the in-game editor to move around the world with me to every club. And he's a bit shit. But maybe by the end of the save game, he'll be good enough to justify a Premier League winner's medal. But that's the save game. Nux, thank you for the 8 months, mate. I appreciate that massively. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So the plan with that save game is for it to start on Tuesday. Did I decide on a position for my son? Yes. Yes and no. My son will be a natural defensive mid who can play centre mid, but I've made it so he can play to a really shit level every single position. So it's like an orange colour. It's a bit like playing... Where's Zaroli? It's a bit like playing Zaroli. He can basically do what Zaroli can do everywhere. So he can plug gaps into all the teams I go to, and I'll make him captain at every team I go to. He's going to take every penalty, even though he only has one penalty taking. And we'll see how far the Nepo baby can get home before FM 27. 27, 25. 26. FM 26. I pray there's an FM 26 or we're in trouble. Big Ashy, mate. Thank you for the Prime and the Bezos Bucks, dude. I appreciate that massively. Thank you. He's got to have 200 potential ability. So he will have 60 current ability, be 18, and have 200 potential. Obviously, he's never going to hit the 200 potential. And bear in mind, the nations I'm going to have to manage in are players like Singapore, Thailand, maybe Vietnam. Where else am I looking at? Nepal is an option, I think, that will be likely. We could go through Tajikistan and Uzbekistan, but I've also got Egypt and Saudi Arabia loaded. Turkey will be loaded as well. I think India is an option. There's going to be lots of fun away days in random countries, and there's going to be points where my son might end up having to play in a league with me that's way below his level, which might be quite funny, because that might be when I end up playing him as a striker. What personality am I giving him? I can't even remember. I've not really decided all those final details. I need to work those out this weekend. Hey, Mark, how's it going, mate? I've kind of made it, chat, so he's not good at any roles as well. Like, I've tried to make it so he's not, like, overpowered. Even though he's got good current ability, it's all eaten up by the positions he can play. And even though he's got really high potential... the reality is, like, he's not that good. I was doing some test save games. Chat, do you want to see what the child looks like right now? Cliff Garcia might become unsettled if I don't sell him to Inter. You know what? This is a good point to save the game and show the Nepo baby and then deal with Cliff Garcia crying. I can show you it here, chat, because I was doing some test saves. The list of countries loaded, by the way, is hilarious. So this, chat, is the list of countries that are going to be loaded for the save game. I've worked out that Italy and Germany are the most likely hopping points before I get back to the Premier League. Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Myanmar... Kazakhstan is an option. Greece I've had to add in. So it should be quite fun, because we're going to end up managing in leagues I've never managed before. This is what my son looks like. Like I said, I feel like I'm going to have him set up something like this. Like, the only thing I'm likely to tweak now is the hidden attributes. But... I basically tried to make him bad. Like, he's not really good at anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think his theoretical best role is Regista, but he's still not a good Regista. Basically, over the course of the save game, he's going to get moulded into a very weird player. Oh, yeah, I made it so he has 4 flair, but tries tricks, winds up opponents, and gets the crowd going. But he also has 1 penalty taken and will be taking all the penalties. But because I'm going to have the editor on, because I have to move in between teams, I can still just tweak anything I want to before the save game starts. But I'd like to think when you look at him, you realise, like, he's not that good at... Like, I don't think anyone can look at it and go, you've made the save game easier by giving yourself a 200 potential ability player. I've basically made a player that makes absolutely no sense. And I had to give him a club chat to start at, so he gets loaded into the game. So I like the idea that we've just taken him out of school. He'd start at the Academy Junior Football Club, and then we just take him out of school when I get my first job. So, yeah, that's... He's going to be coming on the adventure with me. Like I said, the plan is that we move around the world earning miles. I've got a guy called Dan, not just a guy, a great bloke called Dan, who's a viewer of the streams, who was like, hey, do you want me to try and enhance this web tool that you were going to use anyway? I can show you, chat. Do you want to see the app as it stands? It's not close to, I'll warn you now, it's not close to being finished right now, but I don't necessarily need it finished for season 1. Here you go, chat. Here is a version of the app. So the save game, like I said, you'll enter in the miles using a form. Here, the button doesn't work yet. But this blue circle will expand as you earn your miles, like based on the miles that you earn, which you'll input into this tool. Our hope is we can make it available for other people who want to do their own versions of the save game. But these circles will grow over time. But you can do it on a smaller scale. But the idea is that this blue circle gets bigger when you earn miles for your Football Manager achievements, and then you can apply for jobs in that range. But from Singapore to Bangkok is about 1,000 miles. I mean, you can see there's 874. So the tool is now actually showing you the different distance between places. And then that number will get deducted from the miles you've got earned, and you can save out your session. But I have worked out a rough path that I think could work, but it is going to involve going for Myanmar, Nepal, maybe the north of India. There's basically a dilemma once you get to this point, which is, do you go Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, and then try and get to Turkey? Or do you go to Iran? This is such a mental sense. Or do you go to Iran, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, then into Greece? But if I just click kind of semi-randomly here to give you an idea of the total miles you need to earn for a save game. Bear in mind, the end game is to try and win the Premier League with a Gibraltarian team. That's kind of the distance that you're travelling. The first years are going to be an absolute shit show, I realise, but that'll be half the fun. I can't wait until we're stuck in Nepal for 5 years. Also, what happens if I get that? Because if my manager rep gets good for winning stuff, I might get a job in Saudi Arabia, but I'm going to have to somehow justify my son being in the team, aren't I? But yeah, I've got all the leagues loaded. So there's a variety of nations. Kazakhstan's loaded as well. I forgot about Kazakhstan. I think I can make it using these nations. We'll find out. But I think it should be just quite a fun, slightly different save game. It's basically a journeyman, but with a bit of a purpose. I have been thinking about it as well, chat. There is theoretically a smaller scale version of this that you could do where you change the miles and you do a save game where you're trying to get from coast to coast in America, across the UK. You could do some kind of lower league journeyman where you'd have to scale down obviously the point system, but you try and manage all the way up from one side of the UK to the other, and then try and win the Premier League with Newcastle or something. I'm not going to do international job chat because it just doesn't really make sense of the concept of moving teams. But the hope is that we can work on this tool, get it working for the current save game, and then it becomes something where we can make it available for people who want to do their own similar save game. Right, Moreira is signed. He was the Uruguayan guy that we signed just to keep everyone else happy. Cliff Garcia, I'm going to reject this bid. He might get pissy, but hopefully not. Jack, you realize that most countries in Thailand and Turkey don't have Street View. We can look at some pictures or Google Earth. What happens if my son retires before I make it to England? I failed the save game, Dutton. The aim is to win the Premier League with my son getting a winner's medal, which means he has to play 5 games. But if he retires, then the save game is failed. He's 18. Really, I want to do it before he's 34. Because I think 15 seasons is probably about as long a time as I'm going to have before FM26. But, yeah, I think it should be quite a fun, slightly different save game. All right, Cliff wants to discuss his issue, mate. You're a real leader. You're a leader, and that's hard to come by. Chat, he forgot he was a leader. I just have to remind him. With Sai Moreira, Perez is happy the promise has been kept, and now I can just release him. Sorry, Moreira, you served your purpose. I kept my promise, chat. All I'm saying is I kept my promise. Perez is happy at the promise being kept. I've not kept it for long. I've kept it for 10 minutes, but I made him happy, and that's all that matters. I don't have an idea for my son's name yet, chat, for the save game, but on Monday, chat, there's going to be a video drop on YouTube that is essentially... it's going to have a great clickbait title. It's going to be why I stopped uploading daily Football Manager content after 12 years. That's the title. I'll have a little bit of an update video. There'll be some stuff that we've not talked about on stream that probably comes up in it as well. And then the next day, the new save game starts. I feel a bit bad for Moreira. He's just flown all the way from Uruguay to be sent back on the next plane. Ningyu! Appreciate your service. Let the AI picture your son out of yours and Wok's faces. To be honest, chat, I think that the player is just going to have my face, because my hope is we can bring back the intros. Remember the intros? Those of you that watch the Racing intro? I can do intros with me and my son, except it's just me and myself sat in the same room. You know, when my son gets unhappy, when he's earned loads of money in Saudi Arabia and then we're moving to Egypt, I can have him be sad. I want Sinclair Power, but I'm not going to get him if Villa are in for him, sadly. Dragic, new deal. Alberto signs. Eduard, chat. Albert is cooking. Albert understood the assignment of we need new youth staff. He signed Eduard as a coach. Oh, we love that. He's absolutely useless as a coach, but we love that. Shout out to Albert. Use a fake beard for yourself. The issue with that is, Stephen, I would then have to wear the beard throughout every single video. Which doesn't seem so comfortable. Wait, has he signed him on 3k a week? 3 grand a week, Albert! Albert, what are you doing? Wait, has he done this for all the youth staff? The senior coach team, Aaron Lennon's on £2,300. Let me check the youth team. Okay, it's not too bad in the under-23s. Okay, Eduard's the only one on silly money. It's fine. We're fine. I thought Albert had gone rogue. I can live with that. Albert's cucked. Ask Eduard to buy you lunch. True. Your son needs a match high star in all his contracts. I don't want to bankrupt every team I go to, huge down. But I do like that idea. Is Stanic any good? This guy. He would be if he wasn't injured for 4 months. I don't think he'd want to join me anyway. Yeah, he doesn't want to join me anyway. Did Greg Hilson's star rating go up? How good is he now? Chat, this guy, you remember when we looked at him when he was 16 and he looked this good? He has not changed as a footballer in that time. I don't know why I thought I could loan him. There's just no players with potential for me to sign. Sorry, with ability for me to sign. Like, going after players with potential is just the play, isn't it? My staff still think that Caspar Harvey has mad potential, but he's not developed at all. When you leave your son with the editor, am I going to just take the contract that the editor gives him? I'm not sure yet. I'll probably just line up his wages with the amount that players of a similar level are at the club we go to. We could have a little look at media descriptions. I did already do this just a few months ago in game. There's like no wonder kid showing up as interested in transfers, but I took all the promising players and I took all the promising players and shortlisted them and then scouted them. Looks like there might be a few new ones there, to be fair. Yeah, no wonder kids want to sign, chat. I'm just sad. Let's get all these guys added to this promising second-gen list. Did I list them all there correctly? I think I just looked out and selected the right amount. Like, there's some new players listed as promising, but I'm not over-optimistic on finding a load of new players. Oh, yeah, it's the real life. I forgot there's championship football on today, chat. Secretly, I kind of want to watch some of it. Oh, my word. 16 years old, released by Norgeland. Promising personality. Who wants him? I want him. He's 16. He's 16. I'm gonna get him to say the line, chat. There's literally no reason not to just get him to say the line, is there? My client feels that's a very acceptable offer. That means he's going to sign for me no matter what. Say the line, but... some okay players here listed. This guy's only turned 18 recently. He's not bad. The price isn't cheap. I forgot there was Championship football on today. Is there a full set of EFL games on today? Until this morning, I forgot it was like Good Friday, if I'm going to be completely honest. The year's gone too quick, chat. I don't know if that's exclusively a me skill issue, but the year has gone too quick. The Yank Bank is getting reopened. Oh, he just scammed me. I clicked twice too quick. This guy's 16. He looks quality, but he won't move until nearer his 18th birthday. If there's a position I don't need more players in, it is definitely centre-back, and yet that is a position I'm signing lots of players in. This guy looks quite good. 18 years old, Welsh under-21 national, 18. Available for like probably 700k from Manchester United. I kind of like the look of him. We'll see what they ask for. "13 Champo fixtures today." I hate the fact that now Champo has been used to describe the championship. It really throws me off. Stockpile the 16-year-olds. Chat, I just sorted out the youth team. I've got to fill it up again. It just got to a manageable size and now it's annoying me. I should probably just wait and see what the scouts say about the players. Although, we all signed Uatara straight away because I like the look of him a lot. He wants to be a squad player. Impact sub? Impact sub works. Bit concerned that with this guy being Welsh, he may not play for the Gibraltar national team. Oh, you're a little bugger, you are. Okay, I'll give him a bit more money. Kind of need to see what the scouts say about him, but really high determination. Can play CDM and centre mid. 18. Will turn 19 soon. He looks solid. You have to remember the Champo is a league and the Champo League is a cup. Oh, that really clarifies it, doesn't it? Chat, this guy might be really good. Bit concerned about his injury proneness. But he still could be really good. I think I'm going to train him as a wing-back. His physicals are good. Needs to work on his technicals, but he is very, very solid. For a free agent at 16, I can't really complain. To be fair, he's had a lot of injuries, which is probably why they've released him. But as an absolute punt, we will go for it. We will go for it. I accidentally slipped the word shampoo into conversation the other day. Makes it look to me like an alien. Correct. What's my Instagram? I don't use Insta, but it's just worth the space. I have to make... Chat, I tell you what. It's a hard life being a content creator. I have to make profiles on sites I don't care about just to make sure someone can't impersonate me. It's a hard life. You know, play the world's smallest violin for me right now. I've signed enough Hondurans, but the Hondurans always they just speak to me. I feel like I should not buy anyone. But I am just sat with £5 million in the bank. Okay, we're playing Sheriff, chat, in the first game of the Champions League. That's going to be on Monday's stream. Let's ask for better training facilities. We need more drama. Sign all the Hondurans. Have any of the Honduran signings worked out yet? I'm going to hope that Cabrera bucks the trend. Should I be concerned that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my starting 11, no, 6 of my starting 11 play for major African nations, and should they break into the national team, AFCON is going to have my pants down. Also, that is a mental sentence to say with no context. AFCON is going to have my pants down. How many times have we played Sheriff over the years? 5 times we've played them and we've never lost. We've only ever conceded 2 goals against them. Anaba's going out on loan. Do I need to send him on a language course? I do. Chat, whenever I forget to send someone on a language course, tell me. Do you reckon Sheriff hates us in this universe? Because I think if I was them, I'd probably hate us. When's this guy's birthday? Next month. He's really good. He keeps appearing in all the Next Gen awards. Do I just sign the players with potential? El Salvadorian. I looked at him before. Oh, look at the injuries. The injuries. I'm just slumped in my chair, chat. We're locked in. That is a weird polygon. What is that polygon, chat? What is that? Absolute weirdo. I honestly think I'm just done. Like, I'd quite like to sell Heaven, because I just don't really have a use for him. But if I sell him, that would be the window done. What's up with Wallace Berry? Oh, Wallace Berry. The injury pro merchant himself. He goes through these periods, right, where he improves, and then he just gets injured. It's like 2 steps forward. It's not 1 step back, it's 2 steps back. He's walking back and forth and doing the cha-cha slide. Like, he is very good, but he just gets injured too much. I love the idea of signing back Schmetzer. Let's just see if he'll talk to me. I miss him. I miss him. I miss him. How did the Gibraltarian teams get on in the first round of different European Cups? Lincoln! They lost against Bodo Glimt in the first round. To be fair, that's a very awkward, unfortunate draw in the Europa League to get Bodo Glimt. Man 62. They'll play Shamrock. Oh, they skip around. They get to take on Shamrock or someone else. They'll probably lose if they play Shamrock. Magpies. They play their first game in 7 days too. I'm not going to be doing any Champions League today, chat. I think the plan is to finish up as much as we can in the next week in game. Then over the weekend, the season recap for last season is going to go up on YouTube. Then when I fire a stream up on Monday, as I fire up the stream, we'll be starting the Champions League. So it's kind of a nice continuation point from people who watch the video at the weekend. I like to think Dave and all his mates make the annual trip to Tiraspol in Moldova just to drink cheap beer, party, and watch Apex beat Sheriff. They absolutely should. Can I link my MFL referral link? Of course I can, Aardvark. If people want to check it out, let me find the link for you. 1 sec. If you watched it earlier and thought, that looks like a bit of me, or if you just want to kind of see what's happening with the game and kind of just have a poke around, all the info's on the website linked there. I mentioned it earlier, there's like a special promo going on with Disney, so if you do end up starting playing the game, it's actually kind of financially better for you. Instead of just putting regular money in initially to do the Disney promo thing, it is linked in the Discord server. In the MFL channel. In fact, can I just create an invite link to the channel? I think I can. I'll put a link in the chat that allows you to join the Discord server, and it takes you straight to the... Brilliant. Well, you're going to see what I've copied and pasted there. I used the copy button, and that's what it copied. Shit. Okay, does this link work now? I've got chat, the copy button doesn't work. Just go to discord.gg/workthespace. Just I've copied the button. I've hit the button to copy, and it's copied the text. Hidden. Use the copy button. I hit the copy button. I hit the copy button. Why can't you just be normal, Discord? Just go to Discord. Thank you. USA List has put the link in the chat. Everyone's now... There you go, chat. There's a link. When your mods are more skilled at streaming than you are. But that link there should take you to the Discord server. If you scroll up a little bit, I think it's pinned. If it's not pinned, I'll pin it now so people can find it easily. But there is, the promo with Disney. Can I pin message? I've pinned it. Right, it's pinned on that Discord channel if you need it. Is Wok more skilled? Yes. Right, chat, we need to register our squad. I hope I can register everyone or this is going to get very awkward. I think I can register everyone. If I click through this list and I'm like a player short, I'm going to look like a wazzer, can't I? Please tell me I can tick them all. Oh no, chat. Oh no. Right, who's not getting registered? Who's going to take it well? Right, Rodriguez is homegrown, though. Ah! Zanetti, I guess. This is... Now Millie's just having a dig. Everyone's going for me now, chat. They're bullying me. My own mods are bullying me because I'm incompetent. Yeah, I'm trying to sell Heaven. Good point. Heaven's not needed for the squad, so that's another spot. Who am I going to unregister when NDIA is fit? Maybe Savino. I think Savino. No one here is 21, so skips registering. What about in the youth team? See, in the youth team, there's loads of under 21 players who don't have to be registered. So if I get loads of injuries, I can just bring in them. I say loads. I think there's like 2. For now, we'll register Savino. But when NDIA's fit, Savino will just get unregistered. He's spineless anyway. He won't come to me and complain. Just tuned in as Jack schedule friendlies versus the big teams. We have indeed. I'm still owed friendlies by PSG and Fluminense, to be fair. But I forgot about them. So we're not doing them right now. Also, why is there an instant chat? No. No. No, 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 no. End the stream. End the stream. End the chat. I'm back on Monday. Half my team's at the Olympics. I'm not even joking. It's not even AFCON. They're all at the Olympics. I'm literally ending the stream there. I was going to end the stream before the 21st. I'm not dealing with this problem today. It's Easter. It's Easter, and I meant to have a lovely time. And I thought we're wrapping up the stream shortly. I'll get this team registered for the Champions League, and it'll all be fine. Instead, all my players are just fucked off to the bloody Olympics. Wait. He has to play in goal. He has to play in... Back on the 8th for the 8th. They might be back for the final qualifying. I can't deal with this right now. I'm not dealing with this right now. I can't deal with it. I can't chat. I'm not... This is not... I'm done. I'm actually ending the stream. I'm sad. No GeoGuessr chat. No GeoGuessr today. I'm too sad. I mean, when was the inbox item about it, chat? Because I'm not being funny. Even though it came through 4 days ago, it's not as if I could do anything about it. Like, it came through 4 days ago. There was no time to react. And because of the Champions League registration, you can only make one change between matches. I can't even unregister these guys and re-register them all later. Chat, I'm not dealing with this problem now. I can't deal with this now. It's too much. New Dale is going to have to go in goal. I don't think any of the strikers, any of the other goalies have been here 2 years either. We're cooked, chat. We're actually cooked. We've actually been cooked alive in a pot of broth. Oh, Dan Hanley can play. It'll be for Sheriff on the next game. What's worse, this will pull in Tony Pandy. Somehow this. The stream started rock bottom and is now ending rock bottom. Chat, all my best defensive mids are on international duty. Oh, don't worry. Ed O'Brien can play. No, I'm not dealing with this today. Chat, I'm ending the stream. Can you get a Tony Handy update? It hasn't sold. Spoilers, it hasn't sold. No one has bought Tony Handy. Wait, someone bought it. Someone bought, chat, someone bought. Oh my word, 1 sec. I need to prove to you this isn't fake news. I need to prove to you that I'm not lying. Someone bought Tony Pandy off me from my... I made profit. I made profit. Tony Pandy made me 25 cents in profit. Here's Marlowe. They're Welsh. They're from Wales. It all makes sense. Oh, well, I hope he enjoys his Tony Pandy. He sold Wolverhampton for $110 and bought Tony Pandy. I was joking about Wolverhampton earlier, wasn't I? Saying who would buy Wolverhampton? Oh, what a lovely day, chat. Unfortunately, there's not infinite club packs, but that $85 I can use towards my next team. Or players. Or players. Oh, so you have to be careful. The Malaysia and American flag look very similar when it's that small. Okay, chat, now it's only the Olympics making me sad. You know what? We saved the stream and we ended on a high. Shout out to the people of Wales for buying Tony Pandy. Chat, we'll be live on Monday. It might be at midday. It might be a bit later. Like I said, there's going to be a YouTube video dropping on Monday to take into consideration. I hope you guys have a really lovely weekend. It's been a blast streaming and hanging out with you guys today. Apologies, it is just a slightly shorter stream. That's a painful amount of alliteration. I say that. 3 hours is still a lot of streaming, to be fair. Yeah, chat, we'll leave things there. Back next week. I love you all. Eat lots of chocolate. I'm going to go get a beer and hang out and forget about the Olympics. I'm dealing with that on Monday. I'm not ready to deal with it now.